Hey everyone, welcome to Shades of Resilience Exoticals. Welcome. If it's your first time tuning in to any of my videos, we talk about various topics. Um, Such as healing from shadyism, colorism. We talk about politics. We talk about faith. We talk about fitness. You name it. So no topic is off the table. And in today's live, I'm actually wanting to talk about exploring Catholicism as a Protestant. So lately, I've been just feeling drawn towards deeper tradition and structure in worship. I currently identify as Protestant, but I've been exploring Catholicism more seriously. Part of it is the history behind it. Um, Knowing Christianity has roots and traditions going back centuries. I also find the reverence beautiful, the architecture, the quietness, the candles, the prayer, the sense of sacredness. It feels intentional. Then I also, am dating someone that's Catholic. Um, I have a friend of mine's that's Catholic, or I know of people in my circle that are former Catholics or currently Catholic background. And interestingly enough, my grandmother did too, although I never got to a chance to meet her because she passed before I was born. So in a way, it feels like there's this connection to history, family, and tradition that's making me curious. Then bring it back to Jesus, just thinking about Jesus. And for me, this isn't about trying to be better than other Christians or start denomination debates. I'm just generally seeking a deeper relationship with Jesus, more disciplined spiritually, a worship experience that just feels grounded and sacred. What really appeals me to Catholicism, I would say, is the historical um, continue continuation of it, was the early church practice Catholicism. I like the ritual and reverenceness of it, the seriousness towards prayer, the quiet reflections, the consistency, the symbolism, the sacred art, and the architecture, and just feeling spiritually centered. And whereas modern culture feels so fast and sometimes chaotic, let's just be real. If you've ever gone to a mega um, church or a non-denominational church like myself, it is pretty fast, and not all non-denominational Christian churches practice the reverence of the Eucharist or the communion that's important, tradition and Christian culture and history. And so I was wanting, as I wanted to grow deeper in my faith in God, and wanting to learn more about the historical evidences, not just merely like pastors' interpretations of the word, but I really wanted to start digging deeper in my faith and learning the word. And then that's when I started discovering Catholicism was one of the, original practices of the early church. And then there was the rebellion with the Protestant, reform and everything like that. And so that's why we have all these different confusing denominations. We got Baptists, we got non-denominational, Jehovah Witness. You got all these different branches of Christianity, but really there was one church initially, and it was Catholicism. When you actually explore the historical evidence and the history and the background. Now, did the church have corruption? Yeah. Every church, every religion probably has some form of corruption in it, right? But I think the main takeaway for me was I was wanting to be more historically accurate in my approach with my spiritual growth. And um, so yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I know Catholicism can be misunderstood, and I'm still learning myself. So I'm approaching it with humility and openness. And it's not to say that Protestant is bad. I love my Protestant roots. I was a part of my Protestant roots, I would say, is I've experienced the Methodist before. I experienced um, Baptist holiness, and then as I became an older adult to choose on my own, I decided that the non-denominational church was something that I appreciated more. And then um, as I've gotten older and wanting to really understand Christian culture and history better from a more educated standpoint, I'm being more drawn to Catholicism. I will say that I do prefer more modern contemporary music that's done in non-denominational churches, whereas, in Catholicism, it may be more traditional hymns and the music is more traditional. But I prefer the reverence and the seriousness and the structure that's done in Catholicism. Um, and so, yeah, I'm excited for this path. I am thinking about converting to Catholicism. And so, yeah, if you guys and if any of my subscribers or watchers have a background in Catholicism and you kind of want to share your experiences about it, just let me know. Again, this isn't a theology debate. I don't care if you're Catholic or Protestant. I don't care about which theology you think is the most accurate. I'm just mainly curious about the Catholicism and my subscribers' experience and how much they love being Catholic. So just let me know your thoughts and if you have explored and wanted to try out being Catholic. All right. Well, I hope you guys have a wonderful and blessed rest of your month and week. And I will see you guys next time. And be sure to watch my fitness videos if you haven't already. Not only am I blogging my fitness journey, but I'm also leaving little positive messages throughout those videos. So keep staying tuned for more content from me, and I hope you guys have a wonderful and blessed night. Later.